Hi everybody, this is Jennifer from Heaven and Earth Aromatherapy. I'm excited to be on the quest in the new year to bring you some amazing essential oil products, education, creations, and I'm kind of on a track of trying to be pretty consistent for you now with some videos and some quotes and essential oil information to help you understand the amazing power of plant botanicals. So we're going to be talking a little bit about coriander. So I'm just sort of freestyling all of my talks. I always find that it's best to just get excited about an oil, really explore it, and then see what comes up and out of it. So if you enjoy this video, please feel free to leave me comments in the chat box so that way I can continue the conversation with you, because there's a lot to say about each and every oil. And of course, I don't want to overburden you with an hour-long video about each oil. So this week, you might see on the Facebook and Instagram posts that I'm focusing in on seed oils, specifically coriander. So coriander is more well known in its leaf form, most likely, if you're not into cooking Eastern style cooking dishes, as cilantro. The essential oil of coriander is actually a seed oil. So in aromatherapy, we kind of understand the origin of the part of the plant that we're using. And a lot of times that will play a role in its aroma and also its chemical constituents. So with coriander coming from a seed, there's always a beautiful symbolism to the plant part. So I wanted to talk about seeds specifically, with coriander being the main focus today. So seed oils, if you think about the energetics of what a seed oil might represent in a blend, because there's always the science behind the specific oil, but then there's also the energetic theory of how plant materials operate in our body, and you might find this true in an herbalism practice as well. So seed oils, if you think about it, what do we do when we're planting a seed? Well, we're looking for something to grow. So the energetics behind any seed oil could be new growth, strength, or one of my favorites is to think about it. The science behind seeds are pretty magnificent, because seeds in general, as you know from looking at nature in the spring, they have a specific time that they're conditioned to release. So one of my favorite things, since I have such a strong yoga background as well, is to think about, with our intentions, planting seeds, and how we know when we keep planting and planting and planting that those intentions manifest at just the right time. A lot of times if we push things to happen too soon or we wait too long, we miss out on opportunities of all kinds. So when you're thinking about your essential oil blend, and if it has a seed oil in it, or you just want to diffuse a singular seed oil like coriander, for example, cardamom would be another gorgeous seed oil, but we're going to hold off and do cardamom at a different time. It is one of my favorite essential oils. Nutmeg, clove, right? These are all really beautiful, beautiful seed oils. So I'm trying to think if I forgot of any really good, relevant. Oh, one of my other favorites is black pepper. You know, seed oils are more exotic smelling. There's a lot of culinary or spice action going on to them. So to me, a seed oil is always going to represent sort of a bold strength in a lot of cases, like black pepper and cardamom and the nutmeg. They're all really like bold and exotic and come from exotic places, right? So coriander is a little different. It is actually a really sort of soft, woody, floral type oil. And if you're thinking it smells like cilantro, it doesn't. But I do have to say, because my nose has been used so much, that I, for the first time, opened a bottle of coriander, and just for a split second, there was something I was picking up that reminded me of cilantro, but not like the limey salsa type that you're probably used to eating in more Latin style food. It just had this plant smell that seemed a little familiar, but then the familiarity of the lineal lineol is found in lavender, and coriander is, I believe, more than 50%. It probably depends on where the plant's grown. Lineol, which is a chemical constituent of the essential oil. So if you like floral oils or herbaceous floral oils like lavender, you'll probably like coriander. It has a very particular smell. So I actually brought my bottle up here of it because I always think as I'm talking about it to take a little whiff. So I can see how coriander is going to go really good with citrus just from the first initial whiff of it. Oh my gosh. I'm really learning to appreciate this oil because the first time I blended with it, it was so foreign to me and new to me that I didn't really care for it because I didn't understand it. But now that I'm understanding the layers of it. So coriander also has some pinene in it. So pinene's really going to be familiar in your evergreens, and that's like just a really nice clearing type constituent. And with the lineol, it's beautiful, and there must be some limonene in it, which is commonly found in citrus oils. I'm pretty sure just from sniffing it, and I have to double check my list, but it might. But already, like, the first thing that's inspiring me is that I would either blend this with florals or citruses. In particular, maybe lime. And that makes sense because I do love some pico with cilantro, so there has to be, you know, a commonality here. But the florals were what really inspired me for my newest blend. So I did some research when a lot of friends seemed to be really down and out over the past week. And then we had some political events that transpired after they were telling me they were down and out. It just seemed really common, which probably was maybe the buzz of the holidays being done, or the fact that when we live in Northeast Ohio like I do, there's not a whole lot of sun. So I'm telling my friends, up your vitamin D, which really does help a lot of people. But I thought, it feels like people need some hope right now. We're coming out of a dark year. I think everybody thinks when the calendar flips, it magically changes everything, but we all know that it doesn't happen. A day is a day. So I decided to play around with some essential oils that inspired hope. And the first thing I thought of was, okay, well, what are some synonyms of hope, right? And the first thing I thought of was optimism, and positivity and happiness and beliefs or prayer, and just sort of like that devotional practice you have when you need to be inspired by hope. So when I started researching essential oils that inspire that energetic quality, coriander was one of them that was coming up, and it really hit me as an essential oil because I didn't want like just a and I do like to tell you guys how I blend because I think it's important, you know, all the thinking and intuitive logic I put into this, that I didn't want, because I love more spicy, exotic, powerful blends, and they're very solar plexus and personal power. But when I think of hope, I think of like, I do feel like heart chakra, heart awareness is a really big deal, as well as your upper chakra awareness, where you tend to do more meditation and visualization in your life and journey work. And then the other chakras tend, the physicality there, what move us forward. So I wanted an essential oil that really felt connected to opening up, opening ourselves to that possibility. And I thought, well, a seed oil would really make sense because, again, it's that new growth and it's that patience to wait for that release. So coriander has become this most just beloved oil this week. So the blend that I created for hope has a few other oils in it. And of course, because there's lineol in coriander, I knew lavender would be nice. I have a nice Bulgarian lavender that I'm blending this specific blend with. Beautiful. And an oil that because it's a very expensive oil, but it's so overpowering that I don't frequently use a lot, but I have really, really learned to appreciate for some reason towards the end of last year is jasmine. Oh my God. So I'm a neroli girl. If you know what neroli is, it's a very expensive floral oil and it comes from the orange blossom. And it has a light citrus undertone, but jasmine is this